Welcome, everybody. My name is Bruno. This is my wife, Allie. We are the teachers and directors of Satiyogastudio. Welcome here. We are presenting class number one of a series of 100 classes where we'll be introducing basically the fundamentals of the method that we'll be teaching.
Our classes, they are a combination between poses and sequences. So when you do a pose, we combine the design of the pose with the gravity and the floor and the wall and some props or instruments we're going to use. But what it really creates the positive impact in your body is not the pose by itself, but the combination between them in sequences, and also the combination between different sequences that harmonically will impact positively all your body. And this is the class number one you're going to experience today.
So the focus of the first class is working with the hip structure by freeing and unlocking patterns in the hips is really what frees up the rest of the system uh, to evolve and optimize functionality.
We invite you to join our class. Today I'm teaching and Bruno is model. And our next sequences he teach and I'm the modeling. And this is just class one of 100 essential classes. And we invite you to experience and welcome. Enjoy your class. For you to get started in this class, I would like you to have your mat touching a wall with your legs up, like Bruno is showing here. So have a wall space available. We're going to use a strap, but not elastic. And if you don't have a strap, you can use a scarf or a belt. Okay. And a bolster, if you don't have yet a bolster, I would recommend you to have a pillow that is a little longer. Can also be the pillow you sleep or something like this. So when you interlock your hands under the head, your elbows can rest on top of your pillow. Okay? And we're going to start with the legs up on the wall, like Bruno's showing here. Close your eyes. Have your legs up. Have your back relaxing on the floor. If it does feel you have a pressure in your lower back, give yourself more space. Move your hips away from the wall. I would like you to have your legs resting against the wall without any effort to keep your legs up. So have your legs relaxed. So there is a good distance between hips and the baseboard, enough you to be resting your legs, resting your back, and be very comfortable in this beginning. Interlock your hands under the head and have your elbows resting on top of your pillow. If you feel your shoulders are very comfortable, you can start bringing your hands to the outside of your pillow, outer edge of your pillow, with your palms holding the pillow. And eventually, moving farther, interlock your hands under the pillow, but not today. Okay? So find what feels better for your shoulders. Option one, option two. And rest your eyes. And rest your head. Your neck and head are resting on your pillow, but your shoulders are free to release down. Allow the feet to drop to the sides like an open book. Allow the hips and lower back to rest in contact with the floor. Feel this back, your posture opening. And turn your head slowly to the left. In this movement, the tip of your nose you point to the left elbow. Your neck opens from the front. And I would like you to turn this neck till the moment you access a little bit of rigidity sensation inside the neck. Kindly, softly, having the sensation your neck is receiving a massage. And keep your breath soft, not controlling, just allowing it to be natural and soft as you open this practice. And if there is a little room to explore, turn your head, turn your head slightly more to the left. Ever generating pain, but also a sensation of relief from inside. Then bring back your face up. Change the interlock of your fingers. If they're interlocked, switch the way they interlock. Lift your nose, keep the space in front of your neck, and then turn the tip of your nose to the wall in your right, turning the neck, but keeping your head resting. Notice the difference between right and left. Explore the second side. And if it's doable, gradually deepen the turn. kindly. Find that good sensation where you can relax and enjoy. And if there is concerns, be more conservative in the depth of the posture. Breathe soft. And then return slowly your head all the way up. You may feel the circulatory patterns changing, legs and feet getting a little colder. Observe temperature change, subtle sensations. Observe how your spine or posture opens in contact with the floor. Acknowledge all these little changes. And also the change in your mindset since you're moving from the to-do mode, moving from the outside world, focusing in your body, in your feelings, opening this practice. Allow your mind to change the rhythm. Allow the nervous system to change. And now, slowly release your arms from the position. Rest your hands along the body on the floor. Pause. Then slowly bend the knees. Press your feet against the wall. Move your body yourself. Move your body away from the wall. Roll to your side. And then use your arm to press the floor and sit up. I would like you to bring your pillow, your bolster to your baseboard. And sit with your back touching the wall. Hip well supported, back touching the wall. Stretch out your legs forward. With your legs extended, feel both sides of your hips touching the wall, your back resting on the wall. And then we're going to bring the left ankle under the right knee. Not under the thigh, under the knee. And without moving that left foot, keeping the left foot as it is, not moving towards your hip, cross the right knee, the right foot on the front of your left knee. It's a Sukhasana position, and this is a position that has this awkward shape where we want to use it to work for our hips. So if you move your feet under your thighs, you end up losing the point that is finding the hip restriction. Okay, so for a moment, close your eyes, feel your hips while sitting on your pillow, knees dropping down. If your hips are very stiff, knees are very high, or if you feel your knees hurt during this posture or hips are sensitive, I would recommend you start sitting in two pillows, just to add extra pillow under your hip, and that will give you more comfort, less discomfort in the knees, and more room to move your spine forward. And after finding the best angle for you, relax your shoulders, close your eyes, inhale. As you exhale, start releasing your spine forward, relaxing your arms, your spine, your neck and head. And this pose will start to expose some restrictions inside the hip, maybe rigidity, maybe sensations around the thigh, maybe around the lower back, maybe inside the hip. And the best way to start this practice is keeping this sensation mild, very gentle approach to this area. So if it feels too much, back off your spine a little bit, come back a little bit, just enough to feel there is sensation, there is a good sensation of work, but in your optimum, in a level you can still relax and enjoy the pose. So close your eyes, find this optimum of level of sensation, and rest your neck, rest your head, relax your upper back, and keep your breath soft, comfortable. Find the optimal angle for you. And then slowly come back. Eyes closed, take a break. If you need, stretch out your legs, a little reset before repeating to the second side. Breathe, take a break. And when you're ready, then you're going to bring first the right ankle under the left knee, and then the left foot in front of your right knee. Make sure there is 2 palms space between heels and the pillow so you can have the best of this pose working for you. And then drop your spine forward. Wake up structure. I want you to feel some restrictions. I want you to feel there is sensation in the hip, around the hip, but in a sustainable way. You want this pose working for you. It's not about perfect shape. It's not about having forehead on the floor. We don't want that. You want this position to create a positive impact in the hip joint. And more the hip joint releases and create mobility, then your spine also start opening, create mobility, and you have a harmonic shape moving everywhere from the center of the body, from the hip joint, starting this practice. Back off a little bit if it's too much for you. It's fine to back off. Sometimes less is more, especially in yoga, that we're not competing. We're giving ourselves a chance to be restful in each pose, recharge in each pose, restore the body in each pose. And breathe. Find the breath of the pose. Here you have your breath and the breath of the pose merging together. And then come back. Uncurl one vertebra at a time. The last to come back is your neck and neck. Stretch our legs and then take a break if needed. And then once you're ready, cross the right leg in the front again. So left ankle under the right knee, right foot in front of the left. This time, I would like you to have your spine facing the right knee. So you're turning your spine to the right. As you do that, keep your hips touching the wall. So your wall is showing you if your hip moves with the spine. I would like you to your hips stay stable. Only your spine moves, and you're facing the right knee, and your left hand is on top of your right knee. And as you do that, relax your shoulders down. Feel both sides of your hips equally touching the pillow. And I would like you to use a little bit of the right hand, pressing the pillow on your right side to press even more the left sit bone down. Feel the left side of your hip stable, heavily sitting in that pillow. And then inhale, exhale, drop your chest towards your right leg, drop your forehead towards your right knee, relax your spine. Stay with a good sensation of work. So don't try to create more intensity, and with that, triggering the nervous system. We want you to be restful, and more you relax in the pose, more you adapt, and more you progress. If there is pain, your system to back off and block the progress. So once you feel the shape, I would like you to move your right shoulder away from the ear and a little up, and let your left shoulder move down. Also, your ribs, the right ribs, you move a little up, and left ribs move down. And with those movements, you access a little stiff spot in the upper back. Feel that. If that's a right sensation, allow this area start to move, to unlock. And also allow your spine to be introduced to a spiral shape. Beautiful. And breathe. And then come back all the way up. And then switch to the cross. Bring your left in front of the right. Good cross of legs, hips on the wall. Turn your spine facing the left knee, right hand on your knee, and your left hand pressing the pillow. Chest facing the left knee. Feel your right hip touching the wall, and the right sit bone heavily sitting that pillow, And as you're facing the left knee, breathe, inhale. As you exhale, release your spine forward. Drop your forehead towards your left knee, and your right hand drop in front of your left knee, and you release your spine. The forehead moves towards your left knee, but without your effort. Let the movement to be natural. Just be restful. And then your left shoulder move up and away from the ear. Right shoulder move down. Your left ribs move up and your right ribs move down. And the rib cage mobility start being a result of the movement. Also, the access to the upper back structure. And also the visceral organs start being massaged as your spine enters this spiral shape. Your right arm is relaxed in front of your left knee. Your right hand fall on the floor in front of your left knee. And again, connect to the breath of the pose. You're massaging the inner organs, massaging the upper back. Relax the neck. And come back all the way. Back resting on the wall, hands resting on your knees. Close your eyes. Notice that you still have a sensation from the previous pose in around the back. Let all your soft tissues, the structure to come back to neutral. Take a break. Breathe. And then release your arms, open your eyes. And we're going to move the position of the bolster now on the mat to straddle position. So I would like you to look at Bruno here first. We're going to separate the legs and sit on the pillow. So I would like you to move the pillow to the outside the mat. In a way, when you straddle your legs, you actually have your heels on the mat or not on the floor. So if you need more space, move your pillow back. If you feel your back falls back, bring your pillow to a wall and have your back touching a wall. That will help you not to impose a straight posture, but help you to relax your back on the wall. And if you feel your hips are super stiff, lower back super stiff, and you keep falling back, using two pillows is always a good option. You can add extra pillow here. When you separate your legs, feel that the distance between the legs will access the hip sensation. I would like you again to feel it. I want you to feel your hips. Accessing the hips through this angle, but not super intense. Again, finding the harmonic shape, the balance between sensation, but also relaxation inside each pose. So the feet, sometimes they drop in, or sometimes they drop out. And this is the angle, your shape, your hip. What I would like you to do is bring to a neutral. center the heels on the mat. You will feel the right heel and left heel are centered and your toes are pointing up, not falling to the sides. If there's more restriction in the hip, you will feel that you need to work with the restriction that's there. That is fine. Feel the restriction and work with it. And then from here, start releasing the spine forward. Have your hands dropping to the floor, have your forehead dropping, the neck and the spine relaxing, and your spine opens. Keep sitting on the front of your pillow, almost falling forward, and allowing the entire spine to move from seat bones well seated on that pillow. If you're super flexible and you feel you lose that hip contact and you're actually the all the way to move to the legs, press your hands against the floor. Press the seat bones back and feel the seat bones well seated. Back off your spine a little bit if you're more flexible. Keep your spine higher. Then from here, relax your shoulders, neck, and head. Find your optimum, find the good sensation. There's good sensation everywhere. Nothing super intense. Then, with your heels centered, flex the right foot, bend the right ankle. Find the five toes moving towards your shin and make that right ankle movement to wake up the structure behind the right leg. If you hyperextend that right leg and your heel lift, try to keep your heel on the floor and create a micro bend in that right knee. But if you're more stiff, your right leg is stable on the floor, just work intensity of your right ankle, waking up the whole leg from behind. And then move the outer edge of your right foot, the pinky toe bone, towards your inner right thigh. Yes, it's a subtle, small movement, but you help the outside the ankle to bend, to fold. Beautiful. And then relax the right foot. And now flex the left. First, the base of your toes and your five left toes move towards your shin bone. And then the left pinky toe bone move towards your inner left thigh, creating more motion outside the left ankle. Ankle, foot, movement. Feel everything what wakes up in this left leg just from waking up the left ankle joint. Relax the left foot. And even with more intensity in your ankles, make both feet flexion intense. Outside the ankle, inner ankle, calf, thigh muscles, knees from behind, everything's awake. And your spine drop heavily. And you breathe. And then release your spine, release your feet, uncurl, come back. If there is a lot of sensation in your hip and you need to manage that, you can diminish the distance. If it's too intense, make the distance between feet smaller, and that's fine. If there's no more sensation and you feel some freedom came up already, increase the distance between your feet a tiny little bit. Just separate your legs a little more. Then we're gonna keep the heels centered but feet relaxed and look to your right foot. Keep your spine tall, turn your spine to the right, and then have your right hand pressing your pillow, left hand resting on your right thigh. And then look into that right foot. Make a beautiful flexion in that right foot. Remember to move from the base of your big toe and base of your little toe. And then with a strong flexion, I would like you to release your spine on top of your right leg. Forehead drop towards your right knee. And your left hand will rest on your shin bone or on your ankle. Do not try to hold your foot for now. Just release. Feel your left hip. Is it lifting? Is it moving? Press your right hand against the pillow to move back the weight to the left hip bone. I would like you to detach spine movement from hip movement. The hip stays stable, the spine moves. And then you're going to move your right shoulder away from the ear and up, and left shoulder down. The right ribs up and the left ribs down. And with that movement, you will access the upper back, access the muscles around the back, the shoulder blades. Feel what is stiff there and work releasing it little by little. We want to progress 1% a day. Very good. And now release your right foot and come back your whole spine. Back to center. Bring your hands to your thighs. Close your eyes. Take a break. Let all the sensation from the first side to neutralize. And then start moving to the left. Right hand on your left thigh, left hand on your pillow. First, with your spine tall, just working facing the left foot with your chest. Your navel also start moving towards your left foot. Your spine, spiral shape starting here around the spine. And then inhale. As you exhale, release forward. Find a good position for your right hand to rest. Can be on your thigh, on your knee, or in your shin bone. If this is a side that access more restrictions, just do a little less. It's fine to do less. Remember, it's not about the shape, it's about the lever system, the floor, pillow, and the design of the pose start creating in your body. It's not about trying to go farther. This is class 1. Your left shoulder move up, right shoulder move down. Left foot flexing, spines moving, the left ribs move up away from your thigh. The right ribs move down towards your inner left thigh. It's a small, it's subtle. Sometimes you can't even see any movement, but you can feel the structure is moving into the direction. And that's a beginning of unlocking things inside. Breathe. And then come back all the way up. And then we're going to cross the right leg in front to the left. Good. Sukhasana again with your feet 2 palms away from your pillow. And inhale, exhale, drop forward. We're not trying to press the forehead down. You're not trying to press your spine down. You're trying to find a restful place to stay here as you breathe. You may feel here a little difference between your first Sukhasana and this one. Acknowledge what changed. And keep working with this capacity of be restful in the position. Keeping the level of sensation in the abdomen. You can bring the best results of the practice to your entire system. And then come back. And then switch the cross. And release again. Sealing this part of our sequence. Relax your shoulders, neck, head. Find your breath here. In life, we sit in chair, in cars, in airplane seats. When you're at school as a child, sitting for so many hours, this hip is showing us how we've been using the body, how we've been sitting so much for years. And sometimes what you feel, the discomfort, the pain, is related to the way we're using the body, how we're growing using the body as a child, and how being using the body in office and a computer allow this position to clean, to release from the system. And bringing back your potential in mobility, in tone, in strength. We want to build a highly functional body. So with your eyes closed, come back. And then we're going to bring the pillow to the baseboard and we're going to lie down with your knees bent, feet on the floor. Bend the knees, feet on the floor, neck and head on your pillow. Take a moment to the spine to adapt again to the shape of the floor. Close your eyes and feel. All the pieces of this practice are connected. And all the previous poses integrated here, back to the floor. I would like you to interlock your hands around the right knee and bring your right knee towards your right shoulder. And bring your right thigh as close as possible to the belly, if possible, pressing the belly with your right thigh without distorting the hip or lifting the hip. I would like you to find the front hip stiffness and really access that flexion without losing the balance of your hips and the harmonic way they toe to the floor. Wonderful. Breathe. And then inhale. As you exhale, release the right leg. And then bring the left knee to the left shoulder. Keep your hip flexion. Keep the knee moving to the left knee. Find the end of the hip movement. Bring your thighs close as possible. Use your hands without adding unnecessary tension to your shoulders. And keep the breath soft. Lower back stable on the floor. This pose is creating a lever system that stabilizes your lower back on the floor. Inhale. As you exhale, release the left foot. Then grab your strap. I would like you to place the strap around the roots of your toes, the base of your right toes. So it's not on the mid of your foot, but it's not squeezing the toes. It's around the pinky toe bone and around the big toe bone. So I'd like you to keep this right leg a little higher, but not 90 degrees, like something between 45 degrees and 90 degrees angle. So you can have room to cross your right leg later. And as I want to show you here, the strap is around the base of the toes. Okay, so with that, I would like you to walk with your hands up, have your arms extended, and hold with one hand each side of the strap. Separate your hands. Have your shoulders releasing down and use your hands to move the base of your toes down, creating a strong flexion in your right ankle. So if your right knee cannot extend, make your leg a little lower. If your hip is lifting, twisting, distorting, make your right leg lower and keep your hips stable on the floor. Keep your lower back stable on the floor. And feel the whole leg releasing from behind. Any tension stored behind the leg releasing. Close your eyes and feel the work. If you can deepen the movement inside the ankle, bending it more, making the base of your toes lower than your heel. Keep your shoulders relaxed and moving down to the floor and away from the ears. Now, hold both sides of your strap with your left hand. Have your right hand on the floor. And I would like you to don't tilt your pelvis when you do this movement. I would like you to just turn your right thigh in, do internal rotation with your right femur bone. Doing this internal rotation, your right heel will move slightly out to the right, like 1 inch, and your toes will start pointing to the left shoulder. When you do this movement, I would like it to be with your right hip very stable. Okay, so start crossing a little bit the right leg to the left. Do you feel the work now moving to the outside the leg? It does not need to be a lot of movement to feel something. You feel the release from outside the leg. You keep the ankle flexion. You keep your right hip down on the floor, not lifting, not tilting. Hips are stable. Sensation of your sciatic line opening and releasing. And now cross back to the right. Hold that strap with your both hands. Add a little more flexion in your right ankle and now make even more intense. Flex that foot till there's nothing else to move in that right ankle joint. And then remove the strap, place your right foot on the floor, take a break, close your eyes, rest your fingers and hands, breathe. And then place the strap on your left foot. Extend your left leg. Hips stable. Lift your left leg to the moment where you can feel a little bit work from behind. So it can be a little higher than 45 degrees, lower than 90. Your hips stable, lower back stable. Keep your leg low if there's a lot of restriction. The most important thing is you be able to extend the knee and have your ankle flexing. It's not having your leg too high. And now with your 10 fingers, flex the foot, release your shoulders. And start releasing the left leg, tension, stiffness. And then turn the left thigh in, heel out. A gentle movement with your femur bone with internal rotation without dragging the hip with it. We're going to start crossing the left leg to the right a little bit, not too much, just enough to feel the outside of the leg. If you don't feel much, flex your foot more and lift more the left foot towards your right shoulder. Find the good sensation, the release, and breathe. You can cross a little more if you have space to explore. Just don't be aggressive. Remember, today class, you're learning how to set the tone for each pose. The sensation should be super mild, especially on the first weeks of practice. More conservative you are now, more you have room to keep practicing for a long time. So back your left leg to the left, release the strap. And we're moving now to the final pose of this class, that is Shavasana, relaxation. If your lower back is sensitive, if you prefer a little more support, you can place a pillow under your thighs and knees. So as Bruno's showing here, thighs and knees are supported, your feet are touching the floor. Another support under your head. And you can allow the body to be comfortable and restful. Arms can be on the sides of your body, completely relaxed. Or you can interlock your hands under the head the same way you started the class, if that's very comfortable for your shoulders. You're starting now the end of your practice. And you're going to stay here a little longer, resting. So I would like you to allow yourself to be comfortable. If you are feeling cold, add a blanket. If you prefer, turn off your lights, close your eyes. If you need, change the pose to make yourself comfortable, restful. And then let your feet to relax to the side. Toes drop to the sides. Letting go any tension or resistance in those legs. Allow them to be heavily resting. Allow your hips to rest heavily on the floor and your spine rest on the floor. Shoulders, neck, and head heavily resting. Softening now your eyes and those deeper muscles behind your eyes. Allow all the muscles of your face to soften, relax. And with your body now finishing this class, after being massaged, stimulated, after a lot of tension to be released, you feel every cell of your body regenerating, your entire system healing, re energizing. Feel this entire body in a deep rest. Enjoy your relaxation and stay here as long as you wish. Namaste.